What's up, everybody? It's Legal Tender. Back in the building, back in the vault. Got another episode for you. I'd like to thank everybody for supporting the channel. If you're a fan of pneumatics and paper currency, continue to support. So thank you. All right, so with that being said, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode, we're gonna be talking about the images that's on the reverse side of a note. The front is called the obverse side, but today we're gonna focus on the reverse side. So on the back of probably one of the most known images in the world is a $1. Well, it's this image of the $1 bill. And just looking at it, you just see all the detail, all the intricate patterns, the ornateness. It's just a very detailed design. So in no particular order, break this down and just speak about everything that's on this bill. I'll be covering all denominations that's currently in circulation. So from 1 to 100. So let's get into this one. There's a lot of details. It's a lot going on with this one bill right here. So at the top, you have the United States of America. Toward the bottom, $1. In the center of this white space right here, you have the word one. You also find the word one 4 times superimposed over the numerals in the corner. And above that one, you have "In God We Trust," a model that was added in 1956 by an act of Congress. To the left of that, you got the Great Seal. Both of these images here make up the Great Seal. So on the left side, you have an unfinished pyramid over a barren wasteland. The unfinished pyramid represent America, which was a newly developed country and it wasn't finished yet. Same thing with this pyramid. Pyramid has 13 steps, and above the steps is the Eye of Providence in a triangle. What they say, the all-seeing eye. At the top and the bottom, you have some Latin phrases. This Latin phrase at the top is "Annuit Coptis," which stands for, in translation, it means "He favors our undertaking." And at the bottom, you have "Novus Ordo Seclorum," which translated is "New Order of the Ages." This is a reference to the new American era. A little bit above that, you have Roman numerals that add up to 1776, which is the year that America got its independence from Great Britain. And also something else that I didn't really notice or pay attention to. To the left of that, you have a string of 13 pearls. Pearls of wisdom. Along with the 13 steps, if you add these letters up right here, it's 13. Down here, 13 as well. So it's a lot of 13s going on with this right here. I ain't finna get into any conspiracy theory because they ain't really my thing. I just like the detail of it. So that's the left side of the Great Seal. To the right side, also you will have the Great Seal of the United States. All right, so right here on the right side, you have our national symbol, American bald eagle. In his left talon, you have him clutching an olive branch with 13 leaves and 13 olive seeds. In his right talon, he has 13 arrows, which represent war and peace. On his chest, unsupported, is I don't even know how to pronounce this right. All right, here we go. So it is a Hedoric shield, which has 13 stripes that resembles our original American flag. Above his head, 13 stars, which form a 6-pointed star. And we have some more Latin. E pluribus unum, which translated means out of many. So out of many states or colonies come one country. So it's a lot of 13s going on with this, a lot of detail, a very well-defined note. And there we go. That's a lot going on with this one bill. Okay, so on a $2 note, we got two images of this. All right, so we have on our $2 note, in 1928 series on a reverse is Thomas Jefferson's home, Monticello, which translates into Little Mountain. On the 1963 series, you will find In God We Trust above. But this is a 1953 series, so I got to get the 1963 series to add that to the collection. All right, so Thomas Jefferson's home, Monticello, and with a series redesign of series 1976. 1976, you have, because this bill was redesigned and reissued as a Federal Reserve note. So you know what I'm talking about. All right, so it's easily identifiable too. Red seals, red serial numbers are known as legal tender, but at the top it says United States note. This is the older edition. The newer edition, at the top, you will have Federal Reserve note. So this bill was redesigned and reissued as a Federal Reserve note, and it has a rendition, not a reproduction, because some images were removed from this original, well, from the original. And this is a rendition of John Turnbull's Declaration of Independence. And you will notice, if I had the 1963 note series, it'd have In God We Trust at the top, but on the 1976, you have In God We Trust at the bottom. A lot of our founding fathers on this bill. Okay, so on the $5 note, you have the Lincoln Memorial. This building is of Greek design. It's a Greek temple. It was built in 1914 and dedicated in 1922. On the inside, it is a large seated sculpture of Abraham Lincoln and inscriptions of two of his well-known speeches. One is his Gettysburg Address and his second inaugural address. On the front, you have 12 columns and the inscription, In God We Trust above. Some detail to this note. They're all detailed and they all unique, but there's not as much detail as on that $1 bill. Okay, so our next note, our $10 bill. If you're a fan of numismatics and paper currency, you got to visit this location. Okay, so right here we have the Treasury Building, located in Washington, D.C. It's a neoclassical architectural style. It is a National Historic Landmark, and it is the United States Department of Treasury. My bad, excuse me. The Treasury Building was built in 1836 and completed in 1869. On top of the building, you got two American flags, one there, one here, and above that, In God We Trust. If you look a little closer, got some pedestrians, some foot traffic with the Model T. Treasury building. I haven't been there yet, but I will go. I plan on going. That and bucket list thing, maybe do all 12 Federal Reserve banks, but definitely hit a few of them. See if you get some of those uncut sheets. Okay, so on the $20 bill, we have 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This here is a neoclassical design. Construction started October 13, 1792, and was completed November the 1st, 1800. As you can see, it's the Truman balcony from the south view of the White House. Side, you got some large trees superimposed. This change came from a 1934 C series. And on top of the White House, you have the American flag. Above that, "In God We Trust." I'm trying to remember offhand how many people actually took up residence in this building. If you know how many commanders-in-chief we had, put it down in the comments. It slipped my mind right now. All right, that's the White House. Okay, so on the $50 note, we got Capitol Hill, the legislative branch of the United States government, officially known as Congress. It is located on the eastern end of the National Mall. The building is a neoclassical design. Construction of this building started in September 18, 1793, and was completed in 1962. There are 5 floors to the Capitol building. And on the top of the dome, and above the dome, you have the inscription, "In God We Trust." Nice looking building. Been there one time. I've been there a couple of times, but I got this one wild memory, and I'll share that with y'all at a later date. $50 note. And probably one bill that's recognized more than even a $1 bill is the $100 bill. All right, so on the back you have Independence Hall. Excuse me. Independence Hall. Independence Hall was built in 1753 as the State House of Pennsylvania. On the clock it reads the time of 4:10, and they say this is to represent April 10th, the 100th day of the year, which will make sense, which is kind of wild because I never even would have thought of that right there. With it being the 100th day of the year, it is on the $100 bill. So on the new colorized notes, the time no longer reads 4:10, it reads 10:30. It is an architectural style of Georgian and in alignment with the steeple. You have "In God We Trust." Independence Hall. Okay, so those are all the images on the reverse side of all the bills that's currently in circulation. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every week it'll be a new episode coming out, so keep it moving with that. All right, till next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.